What's up, Team KBA? Untitled Traveler here. This is Last Shelter. A lot of updates and refreshes now that we've hit the second week of Eden Expansion Season 7. So I'm going to cover 2 of them in this just to save trying to do them individually. And today we are going to cover the new Apc skin that has just dropped, which is called, funnily enough, the marriage skin. And we're also going to talk about the latest token shop refresh for July P2. I want to give a shout out to our Last Shelter partner, Leo's VIP Club, giving you direct access to some of the hottest APC and base skins, and it's also where you can pick up this newest marriage skin. Hopefully a lot of you were able to save cash when it came to last weekend's cumulative event for those packs, super tickets, or even just going through those raffles. Really big prizes up for grabs there. And of course, those super tickets for the newest hero drop 2, which I'll be talking more in my next video. So if you want to learn more about Leo's VIP Club, then you can check him out in the video description down below or join his Discord. Right, so first off, let's talk about Token Shop July P2. They are Iron Sentinel, Tech Priestess, and the War Boss. Quick recap of Season X heroes we were tracking since April. It was Valkyrie and then Nomad. It switched over to Crush and Organic before it was going to switch over to Fighters. Betrayed kind of just messed up that pattern. But we are now back in the routine with Canoness being the first fighter of the Token Shop refresh, who was great, and I picked up 2 copies of her when I migrated. And to pair with her, July P2 is now Iron Sentinel. You might be running low of them, or you might have a healthy amount of tokens, so you're wondering whether you should spend any of them here. When it comes to Season X heroes, Iron Sentinel is going to be a pass. Hopefully you picked up Canoness last refresh because she is a really great fighter hero to add into your roster, whereas Iron Sentinel is not so much. Crazy strong heroes in there, especially with the addition of Dawn, then Iron Sentinel is just going to be way down the pecking order. So honestly, don't waste your hero tokens on him, considering he costs the same amount as any other Season X heroes, 3,000. Just a quick look why he kind of reminds me of Caesar, and for some reason his skills are pretty much, his skilled names are pretty much the same as Lone Wolf. He's just going to do some light form of enemy debuffs. We also get some troop recovery block, which is nice, although it starts from turn 4 and just isn't even to the higher tunes of other heroes like Prophet or Glutton. And then finally his skill 8, which has some form of a splash status, is going to be quite nice, but again, that's also from turn 4. So mid-turn effects, while being decent, it just means he just doesn't stack against the other fighter heroes. Just means he doesn't stack up against the other fighter heroes, whether that's Glutton, Canoness, Tech Priestess, Siren, Dawn, even Retrograder with fighters. So Season X, Iron Sentinel, hard pass. Don't consider him, save your tokens. That being said, this refresh is great because we do get access again to still one of the top performing fighters in pre-SX, and that is Tech Priestess. She's going to cost you a little bit less at 2,400 or so. If you don't have her maxed, definitely do so. It's the best chance outside of spending your DD coins. These hero tokens aren't going to cost you that much, so picking her up in here is also a great idea. Whether you have 1, 2, or 3 copies, you definitely want her max. She's still making some of those top performing mixed APCs, although we are now starting to see a slow shift with the new heroes Dawn and Scorpion. But again, you need plenty of super tickets and great luck to make that kind of formation. So Tech Priestess, super versatile. She still has the most unique healing ability, which heals per damage. She roughly tops out around 2.8k troops per time, which seems low compared to the others. However, this is a prep skill. It still has a 50% chance to trigger, and because it is on a per damage basis, then that can bode well against those very high damage frequency APCs, or just even when she is taken out of battle, her healing is still going to play a part. Add that with her radar jamming confusion and 6% bonus damage to friendly squads. Yeah, she is really great pickup. So Tech Priestess absolute yes. Now, War Boss, like I mentioned, pre-SX heroes, you kind of want to pick and choose the core heroes to focus those tokens on, considering it still takes 800 hero tokens per 2-week refresh cycle organically if you're not spending money. So you have to be a bit more selective. But if hero tokens isn't an issue, provided you have at least 2 copies of War Boss, then I'll still say he is good to pick up, as long as you're thinking exclusively for Eden and Doomsday. Here's why. So ideally, if you already have 3 copies of him and you can max him, I would say yes. If you have 2 copies of him and this will be a third, I would lean more onto the side of saying yes. Anything below that, I probably would say no, unless you're thinking more long term, if you want to see him rotated in the token shop again, which is going to be a very long time, or you are picking up those S1 to S4 tickets. The only reason why you would go for War Boss is for his active skill 7, which is still unique and exclusive to S1 heroes like Dragon's Rage and the Professional. War Boss is just going to be a bit more useful because he's running vehicles. When you activate his skill for 20 minutes, he's going to get an extra 100% marching speed, vehicle might, and that is going to be very key if you are finding yourself in tile battles or, need to sort of close out a little bit quicker. Maybe you're very far from where you're hitting cities, or maybe you're running your combat base and want to make them much more useful wherever they are placed. Then this active skill is going to be very handy, and that's kind of the only reason why you'd want to pick up War Boss this day and age, season 7. So Tech Priestess, 100% yes. Iron Sentinel, 100% pass. Even if you have several copies of him, just save those hero tokens for better heroes in the token shop. And then War Boss, if your hero tokens is not an issue, you have a healthy amount, and you ideally have at least 2 copies so that you can unlock his skill 7, then I would lean more onto yes. If you don't, then just focus it on Tech Priestess. And if you already have Tech Priestess, then you can kind of ignore this token shop refresh update. So that is July P2. Now let's move on to the new Apc Skin. This one is just thrown out randomly. It's really crazy considering that we've had pretty consistent themes now around post-apocalyptic with the Endless Nightmare. We had the Siege Fortress. We had some pretty nice themed skins that were made available, and then suddenly we get thrown this like random vintage kind of Rolls Royce looking car, and also being pink as well. So let's go out into the decoration and see what it exactly looks like. Where is it? There we go. So this is the marriage carriage. And if we talk a must-have car for newlyweds, that will brighten the day even further. Now, that being said, whatever your opinions are on this skin, I do find it quite funny. It reminds me of Monopoly. Again, not really tuned or themed to this sort of game, but hey, it's fun. It's fun. In terms of its abilities, it's actually very nice. It's a tactical resistance plus 4%. Definitely big fan when it comes to tactical stuff, with the resistance part just meaning that you have a better defense against hero skills. So tactical might is going to amp that up, whereas tactical resistance is going to reduce that hero damage. So definitely a big fan of it. It's the same buff as what you get from the Soul Beetle. So if I can find it, there we go. Then it's the same. So it's purely an alternative skin design if you weren't a fan of the Soul Beetle, which for me is not really to my liking. Then the marriage carriage is going to be a fun alternative to that. Now, of course, if you have played with skins before, you will know that you have to get these surprise decor packs, and you get more chances the more packs that you get later on. It's still probably going to be, a 1.8% chance to pick up the actual skin, with everything else kind of very useless. So this is really if you're looking to get the marriage carriage pack, and it stacks from roughly $10 to $20 to $50, and then $100 for every other pack until basically you get the skin. Normally you'll find you have to spend 2 of those 100 packs, so it's going to run you anywhere between 200, 300-ish. However, with Leo's VIP club, then you can pick this up guaranteed direct straight to your account for a fixed, much cheaper price. So again, if you want to pick up the marriage carriage, find it down below. I am actually kind of a fan of this skin, just more with the playfulness of it rather than, yeah, it being a very cool or badass skin. But hey, you know, if you see this, make sure you give congrats to those bases that are rocking this. Outside of the design though, Tactical Resistance is going to be a great addition. So that kind of wraps up this update for Last Shelter. Phew, that was the token shop July P2 and the new marriage carriage APC skin. Thanks all for tuning in, Team KBA. Again, if you want to read more of my Last Shelter guides or watch my live streams, then make sure you check out OneTechTraveler.com and you subscribe to our Team KBA channel to see more. And if you enjoy what we are doing here, then it'd be awesome if you can support my work by tipping my virtual jar through PayPal, donating through my live streams, or even signing up to be a YouTube KBA member. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, keep being awesome. Peace.